Now, more than ever, people are using Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, and other social media sites to find out what's happening in the world, giving traditional news outlets massive competition. Traditional media has been revamped into technology-savvy houses with news circulation. The impact that social media has had on the news industry, particularly news distribution, cannot go unnoticed. People online now more than ever are reading, monitoring, and most importantly sharing news on their devices with their Facebook and Twitter accounts and with countless other social media digital tools. Social media has undeniably revolutionized the newsroom in various ways, and evidence to that is Standard Group.
Traditionally, it was the journalist goes out to collect the story, puts it out through the medium and sends it to the audience. And today, there's no clear-cut process where it starts, because the first tweet about an accident, about a plane crash, comes from the person traditionally considered an audience.
Television, radio, and print newsrooms have not remained the same since the social media revolution.
Social media has really worked well for those of us in the trade of business journalism, because we are able to pick what that is happening somewhere that we are not there and use that information now to develop a bigger news that we use to educate or influence the decisions that are happening in the country.
Most of the stories that we run now are basically generated or driven through the social media by the way we would say gauge them and know what they want.
Social media has contributed to our popularity out there. It has contributed to our feedback. It's that link, it's that link of me being behind the desk and the other person being on the other side of the line. I get to know what they're thinking. I get to know what kind of stories they like to read.
For the years social media platforms have been in existence, newsrooms without a doubt have a duty to draw the line between professional and ethic broadcasts, prints, and postings with factual information to that from citizen journalists.
A person who is not grounded well in journalism or broadcast training cannot send you pictures that you can use, without editing, without a caveat to it. So they have the one aspect of alerting us of what has happened. But we have the owners as journalists who are trained to engage in ethics. That do we publish this? Where are the border marks? What do we allow the public to watch? What do we allow the public to see?
The print media that is perceived to be the most affected by the entrance of social media tools and networks seems to have devised means to remain relevant to her readership.
A little earlier on, our readership was older, so they weren't online. They were gradually about 45 and above. But in the last 4 or 5 months, I'm getting very young guys who are 18, 19 to 25, commenting, giving us feedback, which means we're reaching a younger audience. And I could say my father, who is 76, reads Crazy Monday, and my son, who is 12, reads Crazy Monday. So I think we are sort of sweeping the whole crowd.
Social media's popularity is predicted on sharing content and data. In fact, 30 million pieces of content, for instance, were shared across social media platforms in the year 2010 across the globe. But what could the challenge be with social media in newsrooms?
The biggest challenge I think newsrooms face today is when you have cases of litigation arising out of pictures, out of stories tweeted through your platform. And this could be just an omission.
If you make a mistake, that you give wrong figures, that you go to market with information that is right, then what is predominantly called around here Kenyans on Twitter will be on your case. So it gives you that element that you must always be precise, you must be factual, and at all times you must be on point with the kind of news or information you are delivering.
Averagely, social media respondents use media tools more than 2 hours per day, which means 1 in 3 people that use social media tools are following, sharing, posting, or reading news and information from news sources. So how are broadcast and print newsrooms taking advantage of this energetic generation?
We have two sorts of audiences, the guys in the village and the urban crowd. The urban crowd is with it. They are tweeting, they're on Facebook, and you have to be you have to be in touch with them. And by crawling around, you know what works and what doesn't.
Are you a journalist and desire to venture into news reporting and broadcast? Here is a message for you.
In fact, in the media houses today, if you come for an interview and ask you for your Twitter account, I want to see how many tweets you've done. I want to see how you tweet, because I'll use that to assess whether you're a good journalist or not.
I think now every editor has to crawl on social media. You have to go on Facebook, go on Twitter, to know what's happening, know what guys want, so to keep in touch.
Newsrooms such as the Standard Group have dedicated an entire online department to specifically satisfy the growing audience that since the evolution of social media has created higher demand for knowledge, allowing many a Kenyan surf the internet and connect with the rest of the world through news sources. Joy Doreen Bira for KTN in Nairobi.